You finish your arm workout, check the locker room mirror, and your arms look huge. But 2 hours later, you throw on a normal fitted t-shirt and your arms look like absolute spaghetti. You flex as hard as you can, but there is no peak, just a flat bump. You've been grinding for months, swinging heavy barbells and doing endless curls until your wrist hurt. When your sleeves are still just flapping in the wind, it is tempting to blame your genetics. But your genetics are fine. You are likely stuck in a mechanical trap. When you load out the heavy barbell and heave that weight up, your body inherently cheats. The second the load gets heavy, your front delts jump in, your lower back arches, and your isolation movement turns into a full body swing. This visualization shows where the force actually goes. During a heavy momentum lift, your biceps are doing approximately 30% of the actual work. Loading the bar with ego weight pulls mechanical tension away from your arms and distributes it across your larger muscle groups. By prioritizing the weight on the bar over the mechanics of the lift, you transform a targeted isolation exercise into a highly inefficient full-body heave. The towering bicep peak you were looking for is built by a dense, deeply hidden muscle called the brachialis. Looking at the architecture of the upper arm, stripping away the outer bicep tissue reveals the brachialis sitting underneath. It functions like a heavy-duty hydraulic jack. Targeted correctly, it physically pushes the outer bicep upward, creating a sharply elevated three-dimensional peak. Standard palms-up curls almost entirely bypass this underlying muscle. Stretching your sleeves requires a strict 4-step isolation protocol designed specifically to target this hidden architecture. First, we build the foundational shelf with the strict cross-body hammer curl. Grab 2 dumbbells with a neutral grip, palms facing your sides. Instead of curling straight forward, keep your elbow pinned to your ribs and drag the dumbbell diagonally across your chest towards your opposite shoulder. Moving the weight across your body's midline like this traps the brachialis. When you hit the top, squeeze like you are trying to crush a walnut in the crook of your elbow. Second, with the hydraulic jack activated, we attack the outer bicep with the dead hang incline curl. Lay back on a bench set to 45 degrees and let your arms hang straight down toward the floor. As the diagram illustrates, positioning your elbows behind your torso places the outer bicep into a deep biological stretch at the insertion point. You must follow one absolute rule here. Your elbows cannot move forward a single inch. If they drift forward, your shoulders take over. You have to own the bottom of the movement. These first 2 movements force the brachialis to activate and the bicep to stretch, preparing the arm for sustained mechanical overload. Third, we apply constant tension with the Bayesian cable curl. With dumbbells, gravity naturally gives your bicep a microsecond of rest at the bottom of the movement. A cable machine eliminates that break. Set up a pulley to the bottom, face away from the machine, and step forward. Let the cable physically drag your arm diagonally behind your body. Compare the force lines. Because the diagonal tension from the cable pulls in the opposite direction of your curl, it defeats vertical gravity. Your bicep remains under localized mechanical overload through every centimeter of the rep. Fourth, we eliminate the ability to cheat with the strict spider curl. Stand up and lean your chest over the front side of a preacher bench so your arms dangle straight down into empty space. Wedging your chest against the pad makes it physically impossible to recruit your lower back or hips for momentum. Curl straight up and freeze for 2 full seconds at the top. You're fighting gravity where the muscle is fully contracted, forcing blood flow directly into the tissue. Replacing gravity and momentum with calculated cable angles and structural lockouts forces the tissue to adapt to a localized mechanical load it cannot escape. Approach your training as an architect would, treating the body as raw material that responds to precise mechanical inputs. Drop the ego and abandon the heavy momentum-driven lifts that only exist to make you look strong for 10 fake reps. Strictly executing this mechanical protocol, locking your elbows in place and eliminating the swing, is the most reliable way to ensure the tension remains localized on the target tissue. Executing these 4 specific protocols forces the hidden layers of the arm to expand, pushing the peak upward until your arms outgrow your sleeves.